Hello, friends in the multimedia journalism class. My name is Tegan Colton. I'm a professional journalism student with a huge passion for journalism. Just a little bit about me. I've lived in Lincoln for most of my life. I went to Southwest High School and I graduated in 2011. So go Silverhawks. I am a UNL undergrad and I got my BA in English and creative writing. So obviously one of my many hobbies is writing. I love to travel. I am a stargazing fanatic. I just love going to places that have really dark skies and staring at the stars. And I'm recently just discovered I love rock climbing. Like there's a rock climbing wall at the university, if anyone's aware of it. And I just started recently and I love it. It's probably one of the only sports that I really enjoy. So I'm glad to finally have something that I like. Um, Obviously, one of my very many hobbies and my passions is journalism. So I started in journalism my senior year of undergrad. I knew I wanted to do writing. Obviously, I was in um, undergrad for writing, and I knew that was what I wanted to do, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to do it with. And so in my senior year, I actually started working for the Daily Nebraskan. And I worked in the opinion column there, and I loved it. For the year I was there, I got first place for outstanding achievement in opinion, which is the section that I wrote for, and I loved it. I decided I wanted to go back to UNL to get my master's degree because I discovered my passion when I was there. And I have just a huge, huge interest in politics, in democracy, and in preserving democracy. And I wanted to use my writing to do that. So here I am getting my master's degree. I'm hoping to be a investigative reporter and a war correspondent, hopefully. I kind of want to do the hardcore journalism and travel around the world. Traveling is one of my favorite things. As Mark Twain once said, traveling is disastrous for bigotry and all forms of bias. So that's kind of a paraphrase of what he said, but like Mark Twain, I am hoping to be a journalist and a novelist as well. So far um, I've written for the Daily Nebraskan. I've written a few articles for Salon, and I have a job writing for Lincoln Today. And if anyone's aware, retired professor Sriani Tidball, she's retired from the university, but she was a journalism professor for some time. And she started the publication Lincoln Today. And that's something that's put around Lincoln in pretty much every hotel and visiting area of Lincoln around the city. And she started that. Now she lives in Sri Lanka, working for helping homeless people in Sri Lanka. But I have a job writing for Lincoln Today, and I'm very excited about that. I'm also working on a podcast with Basement Creators Network. That podcast is going to be working on something I call Lincoln's Invisibles. I'm starting with homeless people, and I want to get homeless people into the forefront of people's minds. That's something that people don't want to think about. So the podcast that I'm working on hasn't aired yet, but I'm correlating with Basement Creators Network, which is a homegrown sort of podcast group. You can Google them. They're created by people in Lincoln, and it's just a small little um, kind of setup that it's been going on, but it's hoping to get more people and more creators to join their um, kind of their team. So I'm excited to start doing that. I'm excited to start getting some people to interview, and I'm excited. I am hoping to be, an investigative reporter someday. So I'm going to go out and get that news, and, whether I'm getting paid for it or not doesn't matter to me. I enjoy the news so much. Um, Speaking of news, I get pretty much most of my news from PBS NewsHour podcast. It has been great for helping me get pretty solid, nonpartisan news um, every single day. And I don't have to, take a whole lot of time. I usually just listen to it while I'm doing my makeup or getting dressed, and it's great on my commute. Um, that's why I think podcasts are an amazing news form, because you can listen to it basically anytime that you know you have some free time. You don't have to take the time to read. You can just listen to it on your commute or anything else. And other than that, I get most of my news from NPR as well. So out of this class, I'm hoping, so I already have the writing aspect pretty much solidly down. I'm a writer. I've always been a writer. I've always wanted to be a writer, and I wanted to use my writing to go out and help people to be that force of justice and fairness in society. And I wanted to be a voice for truth. But there are other skills that are necessary to be a reporter in this day and age, and I'm hoping to gather some of that. Um, I'm super eager to use some of my photography to kind of get honed up on some podcast skills, some web-based skills as well. Anything that's going to help me be a better reporter and a better journalist, to add on to my, I already have a talent for writing, and so I figure that anything else that I'm going to be learning from my master's degree is going to be something that I can add to that, in this class is certainly part of that learning experience, where I can learn to do things on the internet, to take photographs, to engage people in a modern digital way. So I'm excited to start doing that. I'm excited to kind of hone my skills in that way, and I'm excited to see what all y'all have as well. Getting to know everybody here in this class is going to be very fun, and I'm excited to get started. So yeah, thank you.